Hey guys, this is Keith with KJE Aquatics, and as the video title says, we're going to do a live unboxing. But before I get to that box, I have my buddy Vicky. She followed me down to the fish room, and she decided she wanted to be on the show too. So she's actually sitting right on top of the box that I have to open. But anyways, that's my girl Vicky. So she just wanted to be part of the unboxing, and it seems like she just wants to go to sleep on what I have to open, but whatever. What's up, Frank? You're the only one here right now, so let's see if a couple other people show up before I open the box. Probably a couple minutes early. I'm usually early, so it's early to me is better than being late. So anyways, I didn't get like a huge order. It's about an average size order. Some stuff that I normally get. And then there's a couple things that I don't get in a lot of. A lot of people have been asking me for AQUATICS, Madagascar lace. Pretty hard to get right now. If you guys don't know, all AQUATICS, they're not propagated in North America that I know of. Not on the commercial scale. So they're all imported from Africa, actually. So, what's up, Don? So getting AQUATICS, regardless of the supplier, has not been easy. So, but I did get in this order. I'll get to them, but I did get some the AQUATICS B, the Bovianus or something like that. I can't pronounce it worth a crap, but I did get some of that. But no Madagascar lace. So sorry to bust your bubble if anybody wanted Madagascar lace. But yeah, if I'm not early, yeah, you're right. So I try to be on time or early, no matter what I do. Sometimes my wife gets mad when we go anywhere. She's like, why do you always got to open the door for everybody? But it's just what I do. I'm usually early. But anyways, I'm gonna have to disturb Vicky right there. Just to let you guys know, before I do open the box, I did update the inventory on the website. So check out our website at KJEAquatics.com for an updated plant inventory. It's on there now. Suggested by my buddy Greg, because I used to do it after the fact, and then people were trying to order shit, and I didn't have it updated right away. So now, I get the invoice from the supplier, so I know what they put in the box or what they're supposed to put in the box. Let me say it that way. Sometimes there are mistakes, but if they back order something or don't ship something, I have that I have that known ahead of time. So again, hopefully a couple more people show up. But if you guys want to share this, if you know anybody looking for plants, you could always share this, and also just let them know to go to our website, kjeaquatics.com. And the couple people that are here do know you, Frank and Don. I know you guys know we sell much more than just plants. So check out our website for foods, water chemicals, sponge filters, etc., etc., etc. We got pretty much everything you need for the hobby. But see, a few more people showed up, so I'm gonna go ahead and disturb Vicky. If you guys, I'll show you. Frank's are, but she decided to come down and she wanted to have a cameo on the live stream. So that's my big girl Vic. But now I gotta kick her out of here. So come on, boo boo. Oh, you big crybaby. So there we go. All right. So let's get into the box. And let's see what I got. All right. First up is very common bread and butter plant. This is hornwort. What's up, Andrew? Hornwort, easy to grow for the most part. Some people say it's difficult, but I never had issue growing hornwort. Fast growing plant, grows in almost every water type, um, wide range of water temperatures, pH, um, hardness, etc. Easy plant, great for fry cover, great for maintaining water quality. So it grows fast and it uses nitrates up pretty well. So that's hornwort. Um, Again, if you got a show tank, I don't necessarily suggest hornwort, but if you're breeding fish, it's good for your breeding tanks, guaranteed. What's up, Donna? All right, next up is a Sagittaria narrow leaf. So this is a Sagittaria species. This is a narrow leaf, bunches. So there's several plants tied together with a weight, as you can see. But this is Sagittaria narrow leaf. Easy plant. It grows not as tall as a lot of your Vallisneria, but it grows just as easy as Val's. So I love Sagittaria. Once it gets established in your tank, it'll shoot off. It grows relatively fast, and it'll shoot off little runners similar to Vallisneria. So the KJE. Oh yeah. So yeah, Andrew is involved with a club, South Coast Aquarium Society, if I said that right, or South Coast Aquarium Club. I get it mixed up, Andrew. But they have upcoming swap/auction November 5th. Andrew, feel free to copy and paste and post the link to your guys' club website. Just in case anybody else here is interested, go ahead and post the link to the website that has the information on it. All right. Oh, Vicky wants to get in the box. Now she's mad. All right, here's a plant that I actually got for myself, so it's not going to be on the website. But I'm willing to share a few stems if you're interested. So this is Hygrophila pinna, or Pinnifidia. This is a hard plant to grow. So I really don't stock it, but I attempted to grow this immersed about a year ago, and it did well for a while. It actually flowered for me too. And then for whatever reason, it died back on me, and so I'm going to try it again. But growing this plant inside your tank, submerged, you need decent light, and it really benefits from CO2. So this is super hard plant to grow low tech. Not saying you can't do it, but you might be wasting your time if you try it. But I bought just 4 bunches, and a bunch is probably like 4 or 5 stems. Oh, goody. 4 or 5 stems per bunch. But if you're interested in this plant, shoot me a message on Facebook, actually, at facebook.com/KJE Aquatics. All right. If you don't use Facebook and you email me, I can try to get back to you in a timely manner, but email is pretty antiquated. So a lot of you people refuse to use Facebook, and that's your issue. But it's a lot easier to message me on Facebook. You could also find us on Instagram. And the messenger service through Instagram or Facebook are much faster than trying to email me. But what's up, Gamezar? What's up, Rob? Alishan, what's happening? So, all right. Next up. So, yeah. Hygrophila Pinnifida. I probably butchered that, but it's a really cool plant. Like, actually super cool. But hard to grow. But I'm going to try growing it for myself, immersed. All right. Next up is Brazilian pennywort. This is a plant that we usually always keep in stock, so I'm just restocking it. These are nice bunches, Brazilian pennywort. I grow this floating. I don't try to attach it to anything, and I don't grow it submerged. I just grow this floating out on top of the surface. That's what I do. So what I suggest, if you buy one bunch of this, and this is a bunch, it's just tied up with a rubber band right here. Just undo the rubber band, fan it out, and let it do its thing near the surface. So Brazilian pennywort. All right. Let's see what else I got. Actually got more than I thought. This next one is cryptocarine. I ordered large, they sub mediums, but that's okay. This is cryptocarine balancea. Super nice looking crypt. I love cryptocarine. So the whole genus of cryptocarine, I love them all. But each individual species has its own unique look. So this is cryptocarine balancea. This will get much taller than this. And if you see, you got like a wrinkle to the leaf. It's kind of hard to see, but if you Google this, you'll see it better. But you'll see like little indentations on the leaf. It has like a wrinkle look to the leaf. Pretty nice. This will get tall. It's grass-like. The leaves will probably, they might grow a little bit wider than this. So right now these are probably 3/8 inch. They'll get a little bit wider, but they will grow taller. So this is cryptocarine balancea. Next up is Java fern, a species that I don't get in a lot of. This is Java Windalove. So what's happening, Gamesar? Chad, how's it going? And Chevy, nice for you to join us. But cryptocarine, now Java fern Windalove. I really like these. You get like these little frillies. Little fingers growing off the tips of the leaves, unlike regular Java fern. So this is the Windalove variant. Pretty nice. So I don't get it a lot, but I got it this week. And again, for you guys that are just joining us, the website, KJEAquatics.com, the stock list is up to date. I don't have this high grow on there because I typically don't stock it. But again, if you're interested in a few stems, shoot me a message on Facebook, facebook.com/KJEAquatics. All right. Or if you're friends of me on Facebook, just shoot me a text on Facebook Messenger. Right. Next up is another cryptocarine species. This is cryptocarine lutea. We usually stock this, so this is just a restock of the lutea that we have. So really nice. As with all crypts, medium to low light, easy. To me, crypts are easy. Sometimes when you buy crypts and you first plant them, you might get some melt back. That's it's common. So don't freak thinking your plant's gonna die. Just be patient and it's gonna come back. So anyways, this is crypt lutea. This is a Java fern narrow leaf on a mat. So I had a few people that asked me for these. I don't have a lot, so if you're interested in these, I only got 5. So don't wait till the end of the week if you want one of these to order. So this is Java fern narrow leaf on a mat. So this is a lot of Java ferns. They're grown on this cocoa fiber mat. You could separate them if you want, individual plants, or you could leave them growing out. The cocoa fiber is inert, so it's not going to affect anything in your tank. If you wanted to grow this like on your substrate, you could just put a rock like in the center of this and weight it down if you wanted to, or you could attach this to decorations, your wood, stone, your plastic pirate ship, whatever you want to do, you could attach it to it easily. But these are Java Fern narrow leaf. Again, I don't have a lot. I know there was one of my customers asking me about it. I messaged them ahead of doing the live stream, and I let them know that it's on there. So if he gets to it before it sells out, that's up to him. All right. Then next up, this is just regular Java Fern. So this is regular Java Fern individual plants, but you get like a nice section of rhizome. You can see right here. So this is a nice clump of Java Fern. Pretty nice individual pieces right there. So this Java, just regular Java. This here is Jungle Vallisneria species red. Now please note, and I had to put it on the website, Jungle Val species red is not really red. The difference between this and your regular Jungle Val is this will get a reddish hue if the light's high, and the blade width on the Jungle Val species red is a little bit wider than regular Jungle Val, but it's still green, as you can see. I had a customer that turned out to be a real pain in the butt, but that happens. And he bought some of this, and he texted me 10 o'clock at night. He didn't message me. He texted my phone number 10 o'clock at night, upset that his Jungle Val wasn't red. But if you read the description on our website, it doesn't say it's red. It says it gets reddish under highlight. So apparently he never watched me unbox these before. He was a little upset, and he turned out to be a big crybaby. But it is what it is. He tried to open a PayPal dispute, saying that he got something that wasn't as described. But he lost his PayPal dispute because I just showed PayPal the website, and they were done with it. But all right, enough of that. Again, you can't please everybody. This here is giant hairgrass. I don't get this a lot, but on occasion, I'm gonna pot this. But these are clumps of giant hairgrass. So a pot will have a couple clumps. So here's one clump, but you have, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's probably 10 or 12 leaves right here in a clump. So when I pot these up, you're going to get a couple clumps per pot. But these right here are probably 16 to 18 inches right now. So it's pretty cool. A little bit easier to grow than dwarf hairgrass. But they need not low light. I would say medium light. So if you have a real deep tank, probably not the greatest for a real deep tank if you just have like one standard light on it. But in a shallower tank, a 20 long, or maybe even a 30 long or a 40 breeder, they're relatively shallow. And if you have a decent quality light, these will probably do well. You'll have enough light probably for them to do well. But if you have 55 or a 75 and you just have just a cheap light, it's probably not going to be enough for giant hairgrass. But pretty cool. As you can see, I'll hold this back, and this is. Oh, these are probably, some of these are probably at least 20 inches. But anyways, that's giant hairgrass. I don't get it a lot, just on occasion. So somebody asked me for it, so I brought some in. But yeah, that's what I got. Oh, these are big. These are red mangrove, and again, they're not red, but people ask me all the time, they think mangrove grows or needs salt water to grow, and it doesn't. Mangrove grows perfectly fine. This is like taller than the bag, so they actually put it in 2 bags. Mangrove just needs its roots wet, similar to bamboo. They wrap the crap out of this, so forgive me, guys. I'm trying to unwrap it without breaking it. It's kind of a fudge. All right, these are pretty nice. These are actually really big. Anyways, yeah, but mangrove, it just needs the roots to be wet. So you're not going to fully submerge this plant. You're going to grow this plant immersed. But I tell people you could submerge it probably 6-8 inches easily. But you don't want to submerge the leaves here. But mangrove, it grows slow, but it looks really, really cool in the back of your tank, growing out maybe out of your HOB, or if the tank's shallow enough. Like this plant in particular, this one right here would be perfectly fine growing in the substrate. You can plant this in the substrate in a 10-gallon or a 20 long easily, and you got plenty growing out the top. You are going to need light above it, so just keep that in mind. If you're going to try growing plants immersed, the aquarium light might not be sufficient for your plants that are growing immersed. You're going to need light above. Here in our fish room, I'll just show you real quick. But I have this 4-foot up here. That's just a 4-foot LED shop light. And then at the top of this 55-gallon, I have numerous plants growing immersed. I have bamboo. I got some different types of pothos. I have monstera. I have sigoniums, and some other stuff, some different philodendrons. I don't know exactly what all of them are, but yeah. But there is that light above it, so it does really, really well. So yeah, Alishan, these will grow just like they'll grow perfectly fine, just like you would do lucky bamboo. So. But yeah, I really like the mangroves. I have some in stock already, but I just ordered a couple. They're not a big seller here, so I don't stock a lot of them. But I usually try to keep a couple here. Easy plant. Really, it is. It's easy. It's not hard at all. Excuse me. Next up are contortion valves, and these are finally some with some nice size. Sometimes I get these, and they're just little baby plants. But contortion is also known as giant corkscrew valve, because they do get taller than regular corkscrew. But you could see the shape of the leaf. There's a spiral shape to the leaf, just like corkscrew, but contortion actually get much longer. So we got contortion valve, and these are decent sized plants. Usually when I get them, they're only 4 or 5 inches tall. So I'm pleased with the size of those. Next up is the ever popular water sprite. And we usually get the Indian fern. There's another species of water sprite called lace, but I like the look of the Indian fern versus the lace. It has a different leaf shape, but the how you grow it and the needs it has, lace and Indian fern are the same. So these are small bunches of water sprite Indian fern. So I got those. The thing with these, with water sprite, you can grow this floating. These are grown in substrate from the nursery. You don't have to grow them in substrate. You could just take the weight off. These come with a weight on them, because I asked them to put a weight on them, just for ease of keeping them in the tank. But anyways, you can take this weight off. It might not come with a weight. You don't have to plant it in the substrate. You just throw this plant and let it float. If a leaf breaks off, don't throw it away. You propagate these by just trimming them and replanting that stem. So if a stem breaks off or you cut a stem, it's going to grow a new plant. So, can those be floated? Yes. Games are. Yeah, they shoot roots off like crazy as it propagates. Oh, I'm just reading the chat, guys. All right, let me get back to the scheduled program here. Here's a plant that I always have in stock that's actually not common with some of my competition. No big deal, but a lot of my competition doesn't stock this plant that I know of. But I really like this plant, so I keep it readily available. This is a dwarf water onion. It gets its name just because of what the base looks like. The leaf is narrow like a chive. If you guys watched me before, when you buy these, I suggest you get at least 3 of them. More the better. Not because I want to sell you more plants, I do. But if you buy just one plant, to me, it doesn't make the scape look good. You need several of them and plant them a few inches apart in your tank, and you'll get a much better look. They propagate by growing, not runners, but they'll grow more little onions off of the base, and then you could separate that or just let it, keep spreading out. But these will also produce a nice big white flower. Go on our website, KJE.com, and you'll see a picture of one that flowered for me, and I posted it on the website. They look really, really nice when they do flower. And the flower doesn't flower submerged. It flowers immersed, so it's going to grow to the top, and you're going to have a flower coming out the top of your tank. But no, Alishan, do not fully bury the bulb. That's a good question. Just when you plant these, Alishan, I would plant maybe a 1/4 inch. I'd plant the roots and maybe about a 1/4 inch of the bulb. So you want a little bit of the bulb exposed. So if you fully bury the bulb in gravel, it'll do okay. But if you have a tight substrate like sand, I think it's too compact. I think you'll do better if you're using sand substrate, which is fine. I think you'll do better if you just bury the roots and then just partial, maybe a 1/4 inch of the bulb. But in gravel, you could probably get away with burying more of the bulb, but sand definitely, it's not a good idea. So, anyways, next up is Sagittaria broadleaf. This is also known as Sagittaria chiliensis, but a common name that the nursery I buy these from call it broadleaf. And it's another Sagittaria species. Pretty easy. This plant is actually endemic to the Northeast. So these will grow. These are growing up in the Adirondacks in the lakes and ponds because I've seen them grow there before. I've actually collected some before. This summer when I was camping up at Paradox Lake, which is up in the Adirondacks. But anyways, pretty cool plant. Again, it's endemic to North America. So if you want to go traipsing around, if you're up in the Northeast, you can probably collect this plant. Just make sure you follow your local laws in doing so. There's some places it's illegal to collect stuff from the wild, so make sure you don't get yourself in trouble. So, yeah, Sagittaria chiliensis is really cool. Has a fat, wide leaf, kind of like jungle val, but doesn't grow as tall. So that plant will pretty much, that's about as tall as it's going to get right there. So these are decent sized plants, but for the most part, they usually are not this tall. They're usually maybe 4 to 5 inches. This plant right here is a good 8 inches. But again, you get like a lot wider leaf, kind of like jungle val. And they won't grow as tall as jungle val, obviously. Jungle val scenario, those jungle val species red will easily grow 8 to 12 feet easily. So anyways, let's get into more plants. Again, I got a lot more than I thought. So, Cryptocarine pontidifolia. I love this crypt. This is another crypt, but to me it looks more like a sword plant just because of the leaf shape. But these will be on the website potted. So this is crypt pontidifolia, if I say that right. Easy plant. as with all crypts, low to medium light. People say you need soft water for crypts. That's totally bogus. Our water here is really hard. I don't remember the hardness because I haven't tested it in over 4 years. And our pH is pretty high, like at 8.2, 8.3. And the crypts that I have here do fine. So when you look up cryptocurrene and it says you need soft water, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Guaranteed. So, all right. Next up is a sword plant that I really like. I have some of these in stock already, but they're not always available. So when they're still on the list, I just add to the inventory. These are red Reuben swords. This is absolutely my favorite sword plant. I find it, out of all the different sword plants, even the common Amazon sword, this one looks really nice. You get some, when you get new growth, you get a reddish leaf is the new growth. And under highlight, you'll get like a little bit reddish in the light if these are under more intense light. But you can grow these low tech in, I say medium light, not low light, but medium light. You can grow these fine. They won't really get a reddish hue to it. They'll stay more green, but the new leaves that are coming up will be reddish, more maroon-like. But most plants that you get from the nursery are grown immersed. If you didn't know that, then you do now. Immersed means the nurseries grow almost all the plants above the water. They grow faster. They're easier to grow, and they grow way faster. So commercial outfits grow most of their plants immersed. Sword plants are one of them. So when you buy sword plants at your local fish store or from your online retailers, they're usually immersed, and they're going to have to convert. Meaning they're going to melt back, but when they start to melt back, as long as you got new growth coming up from the rosette here, you're perfectly fine. Just be patient. That's the main thing with plants. No matter what, your whole aquarium is patience. But I find, getting back to this plant in particular, I find the red Reuben to convert the easiest compared to any other sword that I've ever tried. So the easier the better, makes me like it more. So that's why I really like the red Reuben swords myself. So I collect rainwater for my fish, plants, and shrimp. I keep a barrel outside all year. Oh, Frank, you getting a lot of rain? Yeah, Alajan, I love pontidifolia. So, all right. Next up is another crypt. If you don't see a pattern here, then you know Keith likes cryptocurene. So, this is Crypt Wenti Red, and it actually isn't red. It's more of a maroon, but you get like this purplish maroon colored stem. You get a deeper olive, kind of reddish leaf color. Under higher light, you're going to get more of a maroon color, but not red. So more of like a maroon color. But as with all crypts, it's easy. So cryptocurene red are probably one of my favorites. It's a Wenti species, and there's different variants of the Wenti. You got the red, you got brown, you got green. The crypt pink flamingo was actually a version of the Wenti, and I believe we have some of those in stock too. So if you're interested in crypt pink flamingo, I think I have a couple in stock on the website. So those are actually kind of hard to get, but so Frank, you're down. I think Frank, you're down in New York City. I think, if I remember right, or Pennsylvania, I forget. We're getting rain up here, up in the Albany area, but it's nothing real intense. All right, here's some Anubias, and I usually don't get larger pieces of Anubias, but I did this week. So these are really nice too. Holy crap! I wish. Sometimes I don't you kind of gamble sometimes when you order stuff from the nurseries. Because when I order a Nubius, I order it small, medium, large. That's how they have it on the list. But you don't get to see. There's no pictures. They're just small, medium, large. And sometimes when I order, say, medium, to me they come in looking small. These I ordered large, and they're not humongous, but they have really nice piece of rhizome. You can see this here. Really nice root growth on this one. Look at that. That's really, really nice. I ordered these just as assorted. So this one right here, I think this is Nanji. This, I believe, is Congensis. So there's really nice pieces of rhizome with some nice root growth. This one I know for sure is Lanceolata, because the leaves are real easily to distinguish. Lanceolata has a long, narrow leaf. Pretty cool looking. This one I believe is Nanji also. Same way with this. And this one is actually, I'm pretty sure this is Hastifolia, just because of the way the leaf shape is, the way they branch off like this, have like that little arrowhead looking. So that's Hastifolia. But anyways, they're on the website as assorted. So that's how I order them. I just order them by size, small, medium, large. But all right. So I don't have a lot of them. There's only like 5 of them. So if you're interested in those, I would jump on them pretty quick, because they'll sell pretty quick. Anubias sells pretty easy. So, right. Next up is Italian Vallisneria. This is it's a bread and butter plant for me. When I say bread and butter, it means that I usually have it in stock. I usually get it every week because it's very popular and it sells really well. So Italian Vallisneria, also known by a scientific name, Vallisneria spiralis, but there's no spiral to the shape. So I don't know who named it way back when, but its scientific name is Vallisneria spiralis, but the leaves are straight as can be. If any of you guys keep cichlids from Lake Tanganyika, so the Rift Lakes from Lake Tanganyika, this actually grows in Lake Tanganyika. So if you're doing any tangs and you want to scape your tank to like a biotope, Italian Vals would look really cool if you're doing any Shelleys or anything like that. But these work well. I wouldn't put them in with haps or peacocks from Malawi because they're probably going to eat them. But anyways. All right. That's a bunch of potted stuff. I'll get to that in a second. Let me get these bags stuff first. All right, that's all that's in the box. So let's open this up. Oh, here's one I forgot to put. This one's not on the website. I actually forgot to put it. I overlooked it when I did it. But I'll definitely update the website. But these are Vesuvius swords. So this is a sword plant. But these are called Vesuvius swords. They look kind of like a corkscrew vowel, but they're not Vallisneria. They're definitely a sword. It's called Vesuvius swords. Excuse me. They won't grow extremely tall, but when they grow, you're going to get a spiral to the leaf. So check out Vesuvius swords. The website probably shows 0 for inventory, but I'll fix that as soon as I'm done with the live stream. I forgot that I ordered these and I forgot to update the inventory on that. So next up is, these are some Aponigettons. These are Aponigetton bovianus. These I updated on the website. So if you're into Aponigettons, I said at the beginning of the stream, they're really hard to get right now. And I can't get all of them. This is the only species that I was able to get. This is the Aponigetton bovinianus. I call it the Aponigetton B because it's hard for me to pronounce. But there's some nice, there's a nice bulb right here, and all Aponigettons grow from a bulb. These get really big and they grow relatively fast. They don't grow as fast as the Ovaceous, but to me, they look nicer than the Ovaceous. This is actually my favorite one versus the Ovaceous, the Crispus, the Madagascar Lace. Those are all Aponigettons. The Caparoni. This is probably my favorite. You get a wide leaf, kind of like the Madagascar Lace, very similar. So it grows looking like the Madagascar Lace, but you don't get the Madagascar Lace has like looks like a window screen kind of. So there's like holes through the leaves. These are solid, but you have a crinkle to the leaf, and they look really cool. And they grow relatively fast. They're easy. I find them easy just with medium light. So basically, in a smaller tank or a tank that's not too deep, just your light strip on top of the tank should be sufficient for that. So next up is banana plants. Banana plants. A lot of people I've seen on social media have been crying about the price of banana plants, but I could tell you right now that the price of banana plants wholesale has went way the heck up. So it's just the supplier, it's just the retailer passing it on. You got to make a profit or on anything that you sell. If you don't make a profit on what you sell, then you're not going to stay in business. That's a part of being in business. You got to make money. I got to make money. So we try to, all our plants, we try to charge a fair price. But I'm not going to lie to you, I'm still making money on the plant. I'd be stupid if I wasn't. So if you think our prices are expensive on anything that you see on the website, then that's your opinion, and you can have your own opinion. So I'm not price gouging anybody. I'm just getting to that, back to the banana plant. Yes, they are more expensive than they were a year or two ago, but is what it is. I pay a higher price, so I got to charge a higher price. But anyways, this plant right here has been around in the hobby since Alishan was a little kid, so that's a long time. When I was a kid, this was going into the pet stores. There was only a few plants available in the different pet stores that I went to. Banana plants were one, hornwort was another, anacris was another, and I think some different Vallisnerias, but that was probably about it. But I remember as a kid with fish tanks, we always had banana plants because really cool. You don't need to plant them in the substrate. You buy a banana plant, you drop it in your tank, and voila, that's it. It's going to grow. It's in the, I believe it's in the lily family. It's going to grow leaves that are like lily shaped, so big round leaf. Pretty cool looking plants, and they get their name just because of what this base looks like. So Vicky in her box. You guys see Vicky? Hold on, I gotta show off my cat. But if you guys have cats, you guys know they like boxes. So that's Vicky just exploring. But anyways, let me get back to the show here. This right here is a bag of tiger lotus bulbs. So these are just bulbs. This is how I buy these. I don't sell them just as bulbs. I wait till they sprout, and then I start to sell them. So on the website, you'll see sprouted bulbs. You'll see small, medium, large plants. When you buy a tiger lotus from us, you'll see a sprouted bulb. You're going to get the bulb with the sprout. When you see a small plant, you're going to get the bulb with that smaller plant. So sprout means you're just going to see the sprout. A small plant is you're going to get a little bit of growth. In medium, you'll probably get 4 or 5 inches with a few leaves, and then so forth. These grow really fast, grow really easy. So the price is based on the plant size itself. So again, if you want to save money, start out with a sprouted bulb, and they grow relatively fast. If you're impatient and you want a bigger plant, or if that's all I have, then you can get a bigger plant. But right now, I'm pretty sure on the website, I just have sprouted bulbs and then a few small. I don't think I have anything listed as a medium. But anyways, next up, where am I at? 45 minutes? Not too bad. Hey, Foxy. Thanks for hanging out with us. So, next up is Cryptocrene Lucens. Now, I sell these potted, so I'll pot these up. But Cryptocrene Lucens, very easy plant. They look similar to Crypt Parva, but they grow a little bit taller than Parva. But I prefer these over Parva for the simple fact is they're a lot cheaper. Cryptocrene Parva is, in my opinion, a ripoff. So I don't stock them. But if you want Parva, I can get Parva. But one plant, which is going to be way smaller than this and not as many leaves for Cryptocrene Parva, is probably going to be $5. I sell these potted, and you'll get a few plants per pot for like $5. So you get a better deal with Lucens versus Parva. Again, I can order a lot of plants that I don't stock. We have a good selection of a variety of inventory and variety of stuff. I find to be easy for one. So we stock a lot of easy plants, and I stock plants that I feel are more bang for your buck. So, anyways, I like the Lucens versus Parva, so I tend to stock that, and I don't fool with Parva, but I can special order it. So, then if you guys want, people ask me all the time for dwarf hairgrass, Monte Carlo, dwarf baby tears. I can get all that too. It's not an easy plant. None of those that I just named are easy, so I typically don't stock it. So, but anyways, next up, Cryptocrene Bacchetti, and I'll have these on the website as potted also, so you'll get a few plants per pot, which is a good deal. But the Crypt Bacchetti, they're typically smaller than Wentai, but the Bacchetti has a nice maroon looking color to the leaf, kind of like Crypt Wentai red, but these are a little smaller leaf shape, and they just have like a different look to the leaf. But with crypts themselves, if you guys want to do like a crypt tank, I suggest getting like different styles and then mixing them, and then you get like a lot of different texture and contour to the tank. I love crypts. They're super easy, and they look really cool. So, all right. So that's everything in bags. So now this is everything I ordered that came potted, and let's see what I got. Crinum calamastratum. I really love this plant. So Crinum calamastratum. Those get big. Crinum calamastratum get big, and they're. Let me find another one. Got Nana Petite, and these are petite too. Crinum calamastratum gets big. It does grow slow. But these guys, they grow really nice, pretty easy. I really like the Crinum calamastratum. It's by far my favorite plant, my favorite single plant in the aquarium hobby. As far as like a genus of plants, Cryptocrene have to be there. But the single plant, I love the calamastratum. These are some potted assorted Anubias. So I got different Anubias. This one's Fraseri, however you say that. So they're on the website as assorted. This is Cryptocrene undulata. So this is not a very common crypt. It's not that it's super rare, but it's not real common. So this is the Crip Untellata. These are really nice full pots. Look at the root growth coming out here. Super, super nice, very full pot. So this is several plants. If you guys are not familiar on how to unpot these, when you and I'll take this one out. But you can cut, if there's like a lot of root growth, take your scissors and you can cut the plastic pot if there's root growth coming out and cut it and trim it. But if there's not a lot of root growth coming out of the pot, then you could just take the rock wool out easy, open it up, spread it. You're gonna pull the plant out gently. Don't just rip it out real fast. And this one actually come out real easy, but you're gonna get some rock wool grown throughout the roots. Take this under your sink, just with cool water, and rinse it as you kind of flake this. You can get a fork or maybe even like a chopstick and kind of work the rock wool out of the roots. But don't, if you got like a little rock wool in the roots, don't worry about it. It's not gonna hurt anything. You could actually, if you wanted to keep your plants growing in these pots in the rock wool, that's an option too. I've seen people on social media saying you have to take it out of the rock wool. No, you don't. So you could leave your plants in these pots if you wanted to. It's your tank. Do what the heck you want with it. Don't always listen to people on social media. So, all right. So I got the undulata. More crinum. Dwarf Sagittaria. Once this converts, so this is actually grown immersed. Super easy to convert. Don't worry about converting immersed to submerged. But Dwarf Sagittaria, it usually won't get taller than this. It's usually going to stay a little bit shorter than this once it converts to its immersed or submerged form. So this is pots of Dwarf Sagittaria. A lot of times people that are doing low-tech, low-light tanks, they ask me what the best carpeting plant is for a low-tech, low-light tank. This is by far the #1 plant for that purpose. People try to do Monte Carlo or dwarf hairgrass, low-tech, lower light. It's just going to die on you. You're wasting your money. So, but Dwarf Sagittaria will work. Trying to see what else I got in here. Anubias Nana Petite. And these, I used to buy these not potted because I didn't like wasting my time with the pots because the plant's so small. But the nursery now only sells these potted, so I'll leave them potted and sell them that way. But this is Anubias Nana Petite. You can see it, really cool, little Anubias, and they'll stay. The leaf shapes will stay. It'll stay this small. It's going to grow horizontal, but it's not going to grow vertical. So these are really popular with aquascapers that are like doing like little bonsai trees or trying to attempt to do a bonsai tree. To glue several of these around on like a piece of spiderwood or whatnot. But the Anubias Nana Petite. And then I have another Anubias in here. I already have some in stock, but this is the Anubias Nana Golden. So check this out if you can see it. This is a Nana variant, but this is the golden color variant, and it's really beautiful. You get like a light lime colored leaf versus the regular Nana, which is a darker, more olive drab type color. So this is the Nana Golden. It's not super rare, but it's not really common either. So the price reflects that. So if you see it on the website and you're like, damn, that's expensive, it's because it's not a common plant. So, but that's all I got here as far as variety. So the rest of the stuff is just, again, I got different assorted Anubias and whatnot, but that's what I got, and I made it under an hour, so that's actually pretty good. So I got a few minutes before I have to get these roots wet. So if you guys have any questions, shoot, let me hear them. Yeah, Mel, Anubias. I love Anubias. It's pretty easy. The Thrive ferts, yeah, they come with a pump. Yeah, Thrive liquid ferts come with a pump, and then the root caps are little capsule. So I'll show you. This is a bottle that I have here that I use myself, Sandy. But yeah, they come with a pump. It's one pump per 10 gallons. So this, we also sell Tropica, but in my opinion, the best bang for your dollar is Thrive fertilizers. Thrive. And there's different types. If you want to know what type is best for your tank, go to our website, KJEAquatics.com. But me personally, I use the original Thrive formula. And if you're using it low tech, you just dose less. It's a little bit more concentrated. But there's also the Thrive C, which is designed for low tech tanks. And then you have Thrive S, which is specifically designed for shrimp only tanks. But don't be scared of any Thrive product. They're all shrimp safe. I'm getting tongue tied. But the Thrive S is designed for shrimp only tanks. If your main goal of that tank is the shrimp, then use Thrive S. It's a weaker version. Shrimp tanks in general, you do less water changes. Shrimp don't like a lot of change. So the Thrive S formula is a weaker version, so you don't have to do more water changes. So some people think it's because the S is for shrimp only, it's shrimp safe. That's BS. All Thrive formulas are shrimp safe as long as you could read and comprehend a few instructions. And that goes with any product, not just what we sell, but anything you buy, there's instructions on the bottle for a reason. So read and comply with those instructions. But again, we also sell Tropica fertilizers. I can get Tropica plants too, but at this time I choose not to because the price has been real high and the quality has been real low. So haven't been a big fan of Tropica, but their fertilizers are good. But in my opinion, if you compare apples to apples, Thrive is better fertilizer overall versus Tropica. And definitely those two are better than anything Seachem makes. So if you're on the Seachem wagon, good for you, but you're spending way more than you should. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go, guys, because my cat is wanting to get into stuff, so I don't want her starting to step on and chew on plants. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, watching me unbox this stuff. Again, the website's up to date, minus the Vesuvius sword, but I do have Vesuvius sword in stock. But I'll get the website. If you're interested in those, just give me a little time and I'll get the website updated with the Vesuvius sword. And you guys that are here hanging out again, I appreciate it. Watching me unbox this stuff, and yeah, it's all good. Thanks, guys. Peace.